It has honestly been quite a while, maybe too long. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to make any video until after deployment, but here we are. So before deployment, I'm sure the first thing I should address is where have I been? Posting consistently for about a month, and now I'm pretty much a ghost to my own channel. Well, what happened was that I went back to the ship, and we're getting ready for the next phase in our deployment readiness. And so it took a lot to try and create. Also, when I had time off and could leave the ship, I didn't always have the space to do so. Another thing is the Andrew Jeffress interview. I'll talk more about this in another video, but the interview got discontinued and never happened, so it's pretty much a test video. Yet even so, I hope to create more in the future, hopefully during leave period and after all this deployment stuff. So expect to see more regular content and more consistency. Okay, so deployment. I've been talking about it, but I haven't actually addressed it. So for the ship, there's a lot of certifications that we have to go through and everything to be ship ready, and that's all stuff that we eventually need. It's just a naval wide thing that we got to do for the ship. But personally, how am I getting ready for deployment is actually a lot, and I got 5 things for you. So the first comes to mind, and that's my wife. This is our first deployment for the both of us, so even though I'll be out at sea while she'll be home, this is the first deployment for the both of us to go through together. So with that, communication is key, either by the phone lines whenever they're up, or by email also whenever that is up as well. So some main areas that everyone should be focused on when they're getting ready for deployment, besides like what to bring, which eventually that is something that you should worry about. That's not one of the things that I'm here to talk about, because I want to talk about honestly every state of being. So what does that mean? That's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, relational, and financial. So 6 things. So if there isn't a healthy way that you're taking care of yourself and preparing for all these areas, and then you're just going to take a toll as life goes on in all these areas, especially when you're going on deployment. So how am I doing all these areas? Well, mentally, I'm thinking of, okay, well, I'm going to be going on deployment, so I'm not going to have a lot of communication with my wife. As in, I'm not going to be able to talk to her for long periods of time. I'm preparing myself mentally for that time when conditions are set, phone lines down, emails down, we're not close to land, so we can't get service. How is that going to affect me in a mental way? Like setting my brain to remember this is what I'm going out to do. I'm not going to have communication for a long time. Emotionally, well, I have books to help me de-stress myself, movies and TV shows, as well as music on my phone that I've downloaded to help either fill the silence, or when I need silence, that's what I can go to. Physically, everyone on the ship works out, or at least should work out. And I'm not meaning that as like, oh, you should work out. I mean that as like, to keep the sanity at times, everybody should work out. Now, not everybody does, because they have to be up at a certain time, and either like the regular workday is like a watch here, sleep, a watch there, sleep. They can actually do a workout here after this watch, they can work out and then go to sleep, wake up, do this watch. Yet sometimes people on the ship don't have like a watch sleep type of work schedule. Sometimes they're up super early in the morning and they work all damn day till about the beginning of night, and then they have about 6 hours to do not just work out, but if they want to call anybody, check emails, work out, laundry, anything else, all in 6 hours. Like that's not a lot of time. So to try and fit that in is difficult at times, yet that's something that I want to work on. Next is spiritually. So I have my Bible as well as my devotional that I read. I also have books on my phone as well as like hard copies that I keep, so that way I can actually read those during that time. We also have the chaplain that's going to be on board, so being able to talk to him at times will be a good thing. Hey, there's this thing that's on my brain I want to talk about, or emotionally this is what I want to talk about. It doesn't have to be anything like spiritually related or anything that you would think of like, oh, this is what I have to talk to a chaplain about. Like, no, it's literally just the person there to talk about anything, like Navy, work, personal, spiritual life, whatever. Go talk to the man or woman. So relationally goes into both personal relationships that you have as well as professional relationships. You also want to have people around you to push you and help you move forward in the areas that you are currently working towards. So if that's a qual or whatever, have those people that says, oh, like, I see you work on the next thing, go for it, whether that's back home or professionally. Financially. Okay, now this one is a big one. Now while everyone's thinking like, oh, what should I buy? you know, I'm gonna go to this port or that port, I want to have fun, all that stuff. Everybody's also talking about, oh, deployment, I'll be able to save all this money because I'm not gonna be doing anything or whatever. Okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but you either have one of two plans. You are either saving your money or you're spending your money. Now, if you don't have a plan on how to save your money, you're gonna spend your money. If you don't have a plan on how to spend your money, you're either gonna spend too much or you're just gonna be like, I'm not gonna do anything and just save it all, which to each their own, but you wanna have fun, but you also wanna freaking, you know, have money saved over, because when you get home, you're gonna wanna have all that money that you didn't spend to spend on whatever. Also, you gotta think of stuff back home too. So like, that's bills, that's car, that's a spouse, kids if you have any, that's a lot of things that you gotta worry about when you're out. So those are the 6 things, 5 plus bonus, of how to be deployment ready. Thank you for watching, and I know it's been a while and everything, but after deployment, consistency will be back up again, and I can't wait to be back at it with all of you guys again. So until next video, peace, see you guys soon.